Hello, I'm Batuhan and this is my game of LEDs homework. I'm going to show its functionality first and then explain its code. When the first button is pressed, LEDs turns on and off one by one from left to right. Since the button 2 is not pressed, button 2 is in danger and the player 2 is warned about it from the serial monitor. And if player 1 can hit the player 2, player 1 gains 1 point. And this show what players can see from the serial monitor. If any player hits the button twice without waiting the other player, punished player cannot press the button for 5 LED movement and opponent player can get 2 points. He gets the punishment, cannot press after the 2.5. He can press like that. As it's shown here, when the player 2 press the button twice, player 1 gets the score 2. If the two players pressed their own button, this means that there will be clash. Clash is printed. Round is over. 2 movements are disabled because of the clash. Like that. Clash is printed out. If one of the players reaches the 5 points, the game is over and restarting, and these are printed out. Now I can explain my code. There are 5 functions. One of them is timekeeper. Timekeeper keeps the time and in each 10 milliseconds increase the my time 1. Thus it records every 10 milliseconds. There is a function called FSM, finite state machine. It decides what movement should start, what players should be punished, what players should be warned, when the player will be restarting, when the clash will occur. To do that, there is a left state switch case for left to right movement. Whenever the player 1 press the button 1, then left state turns to 1. If the movement is finished, it returns to 0, which is state for deciding whether the button 1 is pressed or not. If there is a double firing, it returns to in the left state of 1 and wait for 5 LEDs movement for being able to press the button. Right state switch is also works the same way for the right to left movement. It is also true for the right state. And these are the codes for the right state switch case. There is a clash decider switch. If there is a clash, if its clash decider variable change from 0 to 1 to reset the clash situation and restart the round. This is the switch for clash decider. It checks the clashes. It reset the clash. Last switch case is the game winner decider. It decides when the game is over. If any player reaches the 4 points, then it restart the game. There is a function called actuate. If FSM state that movement will be left to right or right to left, it simply actuates the movement of LEDs. If there is a clash decided by FSM, it reset the round and clashed LEDs off. If there is a punishment decided by FSM, it turns off the LEDs and turns the count 1 and count to 0, which are the variables to count LEDs. These are the codes for it. For sensing, there is true interrupts function. If FSM states there is no punishment, this function senses the buttons and discard the bouncing. Thank you for watching. In the loop, every 10 milliseconds FSM called, every 500 milliseconds actuate called, and every 10 milliseconds sensing function called by interrupts. Thank you for watching my homework.